Mhm. Um, just contact the United States Treasury. Since I emailed them, I just wanted to make sure they understood that this idea of trying people for crimes where you have the evidence where they didn't commit the crime, yeah, it happens to be treason. And for every employee of the United States Treasury that thought, no, he can't have us put in prison, misprison of treason is the covering up of the treason of the traitors, the actual definition of it. Now, I know there's probably 100,000 employees in the Treasury Department, inclusive of the Internal Revenue Service. Yeah. But I want every one of you to know that I'll put you all in prison and I will replace every employee of the Department of the Treasury. Now, my rights are being violated, and it looks like no one, yeah, really concerns themselves with the actual rights of American citizens. hmm Stephen, Jack, Timothy, Henry, John, Paul, Lawrence Summers, Ooch, Robert Rule, Reuben. Yeah. Now, I don't know if some of these others are still with us. Yes. But I just want to know every employee of the United States Treasury and the misprison of treason of refusing to admit the evidence of someone's innocence known as a United States citizen. There seems to be some reluctance to not use the judicial system to enrich yourself, yeah, at the suffering of American citizens. Now, this trespass, yeah. There are numerous types of trespass. Uh-huh. False imprisonment, assault, and battery are examples of trespass to the person. False imprisonment, as in putting me in jail, because you refused to admit the evidence that I was not in Sequim, Washington. Judge Porter. Now, when I inform you, yes, at my own peril, yeah, that I was not given notice or opportunity to be heard, and it was not put in publication. Yes. And then my public defender refuses to admit the evidence that I was in Port Angeles, Washington on December 31st of 2015. Yeah. And you decided to issue a mental health evaluation. Yeah. And an incompetence to stand trial. And then you decided, well, we'll just kind of sweep it under the carpet. Let's call the Port Angeles Police Department and the Sequim Police Department and ask them, do you know where I was at on December 31st? It's trespass. It's assaulting a person when you arrest them and you know that they were not in Sequim, Washington. Then you arrest them for failure to appear when you know you sent it to the wrong address. And then you keep making me go to court. It's assault, quite possibly battery, yes, and false imprisonment. Now they have what's known as the trial. There are two types of trial, yeah, civil and criminal. Oh, yeah. Now, the prosecutor argues the state's case against the defendant in a criminal trial. Did you know that this cell hearing that I'm scheduled to go to tomorrow, yes, to establish whether or not I am competent to stand trial, has never introduced any evidence of me actually committing any crime? Yeah, because the police and sheriff's departments refused to admit the evidence that I was not in Vernon, Washington, and that I was not cyber stalking. After 2,270,000 emails, well, why am I being prosecuted? You have the evidence that I wasn't there. You have the actual email that I sent on that day. You have the emails that I sent the day before that, on or before. Yes. You have emails from me for the last 3 years. Now, This idea of being prosecuted when you have the evidence of not having committed a crime is treason. You are a traitor to the United States of America. And for every one of you that has sworn that I will not have any allegiance to any other form of government, I'll either have you found in prison for treason or misprision.